Welcome back to The Backdrop. This week on the show, we're joined by Stephen Wilson, who is Head of Events and Partnerships at Five Iron UAE. Stephen is a PGA professional turned events and partnership leader. Stephen began his career working on one of the UAE's premier golf events, the DP World Tour Championship, before moving into the hospitality and sports sector. Today, he leads the development of partnerships and experiences that are redefining how people engage with golf. Rather than relying on the traditions of the game, Stephen focuses on making golf more accessible, inclusive, and commercially relevant, using experiential venues, strategic partnerships, and innovative event concepts to introduce both individuals and corporate audiences to the sport in entirely new ways. It'll be a fascinating conversation about the intersection of sport, hospitality, events, and business, and how experience led engagement is helping grow the game of golf beyond the fairways. So, welcome to the show. Thank you, Stephen. Really, really happy you could make the time. And it's actually quite baffling how you find it in your schedule to be here because you guys are really, really busy.
Yeah.
So, again, thank you for coming. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us, first of all, Michael. I appreciate it. And yeah, I mean, we're full on at the moment. We are in the middle of a huge expansion across Five Iron UAE, across the whole region. Everybody knows us for our Western Mini Siahi venue, which is now exploding. We're seeing 8,000 people coming through the doors every month there, which is super exciting. You know, we've really built community there, and during this kind of tough period, it's been amazing. Around 5 weeks ago, we opened Business Bay in Damac Towers by Paramount. So Venue 2 is now live and kicking. Membership has been beyond our wildest dreams, really, for that venue. We've already exceeded our expectation for our first 2 months. And now our attention turns to Yas Bay. So yeah, as you say, there's a lot going on. We're running around between Abu Dhabi, Dubai, also pushing into other Emirates in due course as well. So
That's quite the complex in Abu Dhabi.
yeah, it's going to be
It's
amazing.
amazing.
So,
Is it two levels?
yes, it is, and we're very proud that the Weston's the largest five iron in the world, very Dubai standard,
Yeah.
32,000 square foot. But we are proud to announce that Abu Dhabi is actually even bigger. So we're 34,000 square foot there. So Abu Dhabi will officially be home to the world's largest five iron, which is going to
That's
be pretty
incredible.
amazing. It's 2 floors, 12 golf simulators. One thing we've learned massively is we need more event space. So you now have in the upper, in the first floor, you have space for around 400 people in a networking
Whoa.
situation. We then have a 10,000 square foot terrace, which can host
What?
700 people. So we've got some really cool stuff planned for this winter when it comes through, obviously with Abu Dhabi Championship at Yas Links, and then obviously the Formula One as well. So we're super excited for
What
it. It's
better
going to be
place than
amazing.
Yas, though? I mean, that's a great
It's a
spot.
special place.
You guys are giving Starbucks a run for their money.
We're trying.
Um,
We're trying.
that's incredible.
Yeah,
But you yourself, so you are the head of events and partnerships.
correct. Yeah,
So someone like you in that role has a lot to do.
for sure.
I wanted to just kind of delve a little bit into the tie-in between, your past and what you're doing now.
Yep.
You've got a massive golf like PGA. You've got a huge background in corporate tie-ups, corporate branding, but in the golf
Yeah.
sort of realm. What are you seeing now? Because I see a huge, personally, a lot of sort of connectivity between the golf world and the events world, networking.
Yeah.
A lot of golf events are creating a lot of opportunities uh, for peripheral events as well. So what are you seeing now with this new world of golf and events?
Golf's changed, right? Especially in this region. So COVID changed everything for golf in this region. It was the first thing that allowed people back out. So we seen a huge uptake, which then also shifted the perception of the game from both a corporate standpoint and an individual standpoint as well. So we are now seeing more companies want to buy in from an exposure standpoint at a global level, whether that be, DP World Tour Championship, etc. Some of the brands you're seeing involved in that now are incredible. But also at a local level, you're seeing so many companies benefit from what golf can offer. Because just as you've said, like from a networking standpoint, from a client engagement standpoint, whatever that may be, it's very unusual to get a game that forces people to speak to each other quite as much as golf does.
Yeah.
You know, the traditional game itself, you're forced to be with someone for 4 hours, whether you like them or you don't like them.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
true.
so we're kind of bridging that gap in terms of how long it takes.
Yeah.
But we still give that networking opportunity and that ability to bridge business and the sport together, which is the most important thing.
I see that we all know that golf is such a massive part of the identity of the UAE.
Yeah.
I mean, we're bringing in the best of the best. We have some of the best tournaments in the world, if not the best in the world. We have some incredible courses, but many months of the year, although friends are still asking to come for a tea time at 2:30 and 3:30,
Yeah.
those brave souls, and you know who you are. Um, it's really, really tough for a lot of the year to get out on the course.
Yeah.
And you guys really nailed it. I mean, there were, I guess, some simulators to some degree in different places,
Sure.
but you guys have really packaged it. You've created a blueprint. So, what are you seeing now for? And I think you answered a little bit of this, but I just wanted to sort of expand on, why you think that a place like Five Iron has become an event destination for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of ties in with the fact that it's a marriage made in heaven with
Sure.
the weather and what you offer inside.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, first and foremost, location is everything, right? We know that if you put the most amazing venue in the middle of somewhere where it's impossible to get to, traffic can be a nightmare, etc., it becomes less appealing.
Yeah.
We have really been fortunate, and it's by design from our team, where Western Minisiahi, prime location. People are always going to be around that. From a tourist standpoint, we drive that through the door, but more importantly, that captive audience. And now for us, during this kind of what we regard as our peak season, where the temperature comes up.
Yeah.
Um,
It's peak season for somebody.
yeah, exactly. It's got to be for
Yeah.
someone, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But one thing, and it's super interesting, and this is for TrackMan globally, which is the technology we use. If you go to any commercial sim center across the world, whether it be Five Iron or not, if you go in and you look at their most played golf course, it will more than likely within the top three will be the closest one to that venue. And it happens for us. So
Yeah.
despite the fact that people are playing indoors, they're playing Emirates Faldo, they're playing Majalis, they're playing Jumeirah Golf Estates Earth Course,
Yeah.
they're playing the Fire Course. So we give that option for people to be able to play these best golf courses, but during the summer and also in a more kind of time convenient way.
Yeah.
So it's very, very cool.
It's amazing. So the Five Iron that I've been to, the new one in Paramount. I
Yeah.
think it's fairly new.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've been to for a few times at the Mina Siahi,
Yeah.
which is an incredible venue. That's sort of the flagship,
The
right?
OG, yeah,
The OG.
absolutely.
Um, and it's so popular.
Yeah.
It's so incredibly popular. In fact, I mean, as you know, I'm hosting a group of 60 people after this
Yeah,
to be
absolutely.
there, and I mean, the only place I can think that could host a huge group of people and have 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours completely full of activity
Yeah.
is a place like this. But it's not just simulators. I mean, how do you see as you guys are growing?
Yeah.
And I'm sure this always comes up in meetings, in development meetings and planning meetings, and of course with I guess with David Zabinski, an old friend of mine, and
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
one of the owners, who just does not sleep apparently. Um, the group itself always needs to think of the customer experience
For sure.
because events are not just workoutings. Hey, let's go hit a few golf balls. Now it's actually business breakfasts and a lot of stuff you guys are organizing. What do you see now for what do you see in terms of client engagement and that experience that you're providing and how it's growing within any of the Five Irons?
Yeah, I mean, so for us, we're also learning as we go, right? So we spoke just before this about our new sports bar, Dirty Birdie. So
Yeah.
within the OG, the Western Minisiahi, we had a space on the left hand side which ultimately, over the first 12 months of that venue being open, we realized that it was functioning almost as a waiting room for people more than anything else. So we decided that, do you know what, that's an awesome opportunity for us to create a new privatized space for events. So we've now created what you would maybe regard as a traditional British pub or Irish pub potentially. It's got that dark look and feel. It's good for around
I like to
75
say warm and cozy.
Well, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. So it's good for 75, 80 people seated, but it's got capacity for a couple of hundred people in there, and I think when you look at what we're doing, just as you said, it can be 7 a.m. to 1 a.m. is our opening time standard, right? So
Yeah.
7 a.m. breakfast networks, lunchtime breakout meetings, play some golf on the Sims. You've always got that ability for multi-sport as well. So we're not just a golf place, as you said. You can play football, you can play basketball. You've got bowling. You've got your favorite shuffleboard at the top of the
Yeah,
stairs
that's
as
true.
well. You've got a whole host of things. And I think to answer the question, very concisely, people now are looking for ROI from a corporate standpoint. They don't want to invest 600-700 dirhams in a per person on a fancy dinner where everybody ends up sitting on their phones because that's kind of the way the world's ended up,
Yeah.
right? So we allow people to engage in such a way, and also most importantly, they feel like they get real value for their money. Um, you come down to us for not too much money, and you enjoy yourself for 2, 3, 4 hours.
Yeah.
Our food and beverage program is fabulous. Big shout out to our ops team for that.
Yeah.
We have
And the food is amazing.
it's proper, right? It's very, very good.
That's changed, I think, recently.
So Chef Nigel,
Lobster, ribs, wings. Like,
so
what
that's
is
the
this?
brunch menu now, right? So
Michelin star nothing.
we elevated it.
Yeah.
The reality of it is for the brunch menu you're referencing, Dubai's famous for brunches, right?
Yeah, of course.
We are now giving people the ability to enjoy themselves from an activity standpoint, which has allowed us to be quite close to full capacity every week. But we were then seeing, how do we retain these guys, So you then elevate the food experience for it. The service is always pretty good with us. We're
Yeah.
always, we're 5-star on Google still, which is quite
Yeah.
incredible. So yeah, we've elevated that side of it, and now we're seeing brunch every Saturday, fully booked. I mean, today you guys have got a good group coming in. It's fully booked this evening as well.
Yeah.
We've actually got a corporate group in this evening
And
as
live
well.
entertainment.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
in between brunches, we host. We've got band
Okay.
and then DJ in the evening as well.
So every box is checked.
Absolutely, we're trying. We're
Oh,
trying.
incredible. So when you guys are thinking of, I mean, when the group is getting, the senior leadership getting together
Yeah,
and you're deciding on the new one, and yes, okay, it has to be double decker. We got to go bigger, bigger, bigger. We talked about the facilities within and all the things that you can do, the activities that you can. So you're covering everything to make sure that people stay for a long time.
yeah.
But what about the sort of the more infrastructure related features? Are you guys thinking of? Are you doing any kind of like benchmarking with other groups? This, is anyone getting around flying here and there to see what are they doing? What are they doing? We need to amp it up a little bit because you have, but is there something that you feel in the future could be
For sure. Like
added?
we're very lucky to be part of such a strong brand globally. Okay, so our corporate team in the US, where the Five Iron brand originated in 2017, we benchmark ourselves against those guys. They've been doing it for longer than us. They've also been doing it in such a variety of cities as well. Everything from New York, real financial center, which is what we're trying to pull on for our Business Bay venue, through to more, your family orientated venues. Just launched in Miami as well, and we're learning from all of these guys. We're
Yeah.
trying to understand, what are they including. Things that work in the US, will they work here? We'll try it. So, and you've seen that throughout what we've been doing. And as we continue to grow, the larger the venues get, the more intricate they're getting for us, in terms of, it can't just be simulators, where, so Yas will have the introduction back of Formula One sims, because obviously it's connected, right? It makes total sense.
Yeah.
You'll see the fan favorites of billiards and shuffleboard and all these
Yeah.
kind of things. But as we grow, we'll consider looking at, it could be anything from bowling lanes, duck pin bowling, all of these different things. So yeah, we continue to evolve and understand what the market wants as well. That's the most important thing, right?
You're absolutely right. I think that those profiles, the F1 guys and the the people that go out for these big activities and in Yas Island at least, um, this is a great spot for them to come because it provides a lot of activity. But when it comes to um, partnerships and different events that you're hosting, do you want to give sort of an idea of some of the things you've seen or some of the things that
Yeah,
you're that are on the way that are being booked, something that's completely different that
yeah, yeah.
you've not seen before?
We're in a real interesting phase at the moment. So we now have a brand recognition in the region,
Yeah.
and now because of that, we're starting to see higher level corporates coming through the door. There, where we're really working hard within that market. One of the most important things with those guys is personalization. They don't want just like an event brochure. Here's your event brochure. What menu do you want?
Yeah.
They want to come down and experience the venue. They want to walk through. They want to understand, what can we actually do in here?
Yeah.
And having such uh, a digital venue like we do,
Yeah.
we can give people the opportunity to have so many different partners, sponsors
Yeah.
within their own event, which obviously gives them the opportunity to
You're quite nimble.
commercialize their own event as
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
potentially, which
Customize.
therefore means for us, it means more and more business from them. And it's not just that 1 year, one-off event, and we've literally just in May, we hosted two fully exclusive venue buyouts for one of our corporate partners. And the plan was it went amazing. If it goes well, we'll just book with you next year. They booked in with us for next year. I received an email 2 days ago saying, Stephen, do you know what? Can we just do September as well? So now we've got 2 days from them in May, 2 days from them in September,
Yeah.
2 days with them next year. And that's, if we continue that real one-to-one personalization and that making the customer feel special, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Listen to what they want, understand, do you want to change your menu? Do you want something specific for your clientele? What do you have? How well do you know your customer? And
Yeah.
I think that's if we work together with these, whether they be event coordinators from the professional sectors,
Right.
we can create some cool stuff.
Are you getting any data from the customers? Are you getting like feedback? Are you getting information so you can sort of customize experiences a little
Yeah,
more?
100%.
Yeah.
So everyone that we now host an event with or a group booking with, upon the completion of that event, they'll receive an email survey from myself, asking them for the feedback of how that went. How did they find it? If they were to do it again, what would they do differently? What can we learn from it as well? Because let's be honest, you have to criticize yourself to make yourself better, right?
Oh,
We're
of
we're
course.
flying, we're doing really, really well, but we need to continue to elevate that. And especially, we've went from 32,000 square foot to not too far away from having 85,000 square foot to fill across three venues. So we need to keep raising the bar and keep
Yeah.
making sure our profile goes as well.
You've kind of forced yourself in that corner now. Now
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get
yeah,
there's
yeah,
no
yeah.
coming
No,
down
no,
now.
no, no. And
Yeah.
we keep going as well.
Yeah.
As you said, David and the guys, our ownership are super
Yeah.
ambitious, and
Very
it's
ambitious.
it's cool to be a part of. It's
Yeah.
a real cool thing.
It's amazing, and it's amazing to watch from a third person perspective
Yeah,
too. It's very, very cool, especially if you like the place, you know?
of course, yeah.
And I do hope it goes well, and, but I wanted to get, so I wanted to understand a little bit about now, I wanna be clear here.
Mm.
Up until now, this seems like a paid advertisement for Five Iron, and it's not. I promise you it's not. It's not. It is, golf plays such a massive part in the events sphere, in the whole event spectrum because it's just related peripherally as an activity where people network and they always have. It's always been an event,
Yeah,
not just a sporting event, but an event where businesses come together, where partnerships are made. And it's the same as, a conference. People come together, they share business cards, they shake hands, they listen to people talk, they maybe convey a message of value to someone that might, you know, uh, turn into something else. So that's what golf is. But you guys, again, have taken that and created something, created a platform for people to do this in like not just in the summer, but all year round, obviously. Um, so how do you see golf in itself, like just outdoor golf, all of that, and where Dubai is going?
yeah.
in terms of this the golf the
Like,
sport of golf and how
yeah,
important it's become.
it's so interesting because myself as a golfer, I'm a super traditionalist. Okay, so when people come into Five Iron, they see everyone in shorts and t-shirts. They go, "It's not really a golf feel." Well, it is. That's the modern day golfer.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Even today, I'm sat here in golf trousers. A quite old-fashioned top. I'm very much a traditionalist when it comes to that.
Well,
I struggle to find people who love golf more than what I do. So when it comes to
yeah.
that question, I could go on for a long, long time.
Please do.
The reality of it is, golf in this region is not going to stop growing. The 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 leadership from, whether it be via Dubai Golf, EMAR, whoever that may be, they continue to grow and they continue to evolve, and you're seeing that within the facilities that they have as well. There's a new golf course launching towards the tail end of this year in EMAR South. And I think that in itself, after everything that's went on so far this year, that is just such a good example of where the sport is at. More and more people are playing it. One of the most important things is it's not just an individual game anymore either. We're seeing more and more families involved in it, which therefore gives the sport a little bit more credibility. When it comes to, these large scale events you spoke about, DP World Tour Championship, Desert Classic, you've even got like the RAC Championship and all of these things that people don't even necessarily think about. These are huge, huge scale events,
Yeah.
and they're growing. Number one, they're growing the awareness of the game in the region, but they're also growing the awareness of the region globally, which is so important as well. So it encourages people to come to Dubai. It encourages people to come and experience the UAE, and you will be very hard pushed to find a bad golf course out here.
Oh yeah.
I grew up in the west coast of Scotland. Was super lucky with all the golf
And
courses
you got a
we
few
had.
courses
We
there.
had a few. We had a few, but we certainly didn't have the weather, and we didn't have the facilities. And I think that's something that people need to always realize and understand. And one of the most important things is the opportunity that gives, whether that be a C-suite professional who's just starting to play the game,
Yeah.
or a 5-year-old kid who's picking up a golf club for the first time. The UAE is giving people the opportunity to play golf in better conditions, with better facilities, and then added on with a facility like ourselves, more data and access than anybody's ever had before. So it's going to continue to grow. The game is more social than it's ever been before.
Right.
You only have to go to, come down to Five Iron on a Friday afternoon and you see the guys in after work having their pints and enjoying themselves. But also you go to Jumeirah Golf Estates, you go to Emirates Golf Club, these golf courses are packed. They're packed. And even, local market at the moment, that is what these people have been relying on. There's been no tourists for quite some time now.
But can you think of any sport? I mean, literally, think of any sport that's become young in terms of the players have become young.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, there are no sports even. I mean, I can't think of any sports really. Like, I mean, there that where used to be an older generation
Yeah.
that's become a younger generation. Rory McIlroy is, he's not young, but he's young enough, and he's
Yeah.
popular, and he's trending, and he's,
Yeah.
you know, and then you've got Akshay Bhatia and
Yeah.
Nick Dunlap,
Next
Tom
one.
Kim.
Yeah. I mean,
These are all
so
kids,
many.
and they're killing it, right? That's got to do something to encourage younger people to pick up for clubs and just
The most important thing now is fashionable.
yeah,
It never used to be fashionable. It used to be quite,
stodgy.
yeah, people used to look at golfers and they'd be like, if you go real back, +4s and these
Yeah.
big long socks, why would I play that?
Your
I don't wanna do
Palmers and
that.
like
So now
pants up to here and
it's cool. I think one name you've not mentioned there, who I think the younger generation are fascinated with, is
Yeah.
young Australian guy Minwoo Lee. Minwoo Lee has created a brand for himself. He is getting slogans like "Let him cook" shouted at him on every fairway, and the reason being is he wears cool clothes, he's a nice guy, and he's young. So for the younger generation who are obsessed with TikTok and Instagram and all these kind of things, they see him
he's
come up,
stylish, he's trendy.
and all of a sudden it's like, okay, I actually want to play golf because it's actually a real cool sport.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
and
because
all,
they think that, oh, this is an old guy's sport. Oh, wait, it's not. We're taking over. So that's
so that's your kind of teenage years, and then when you evolve into that young adult, you then realize, you can combine that with a whole day out, especially here in the UAE. You get on a golf cart, you get out there for 4 hours, music on, couple of cold drinks,
Yeah. Oh, it's
sign
great.
me up.
But Tiger Woods did. I mean, he was one of the only ones a long, long time ago when he was a kid.
Yeah.
I think it was early 2000s,
Yeah.
and he was just like, he was killing it. I mean, he was, and it was so cool seeing this sort of mixed race young guy coming out in in this field of other,
For sure.
other guys, and just ripping it up,
I mean, he's the reason I play golf.
Yeah,
Oh,
he really is a template,
yeah.
right?
And I think one memory, 2001, it's incredible. 2005, that Nike commercial where he chipped in at Augusta and the Nike logo sits in the hole. Everything
Yeah.
was like, that was real life,
Yeah.
but it's a commercial.
It was the best ad
It
ever.
was incredible, but one of the vivid memories for me was when he came back and what would have been maybe 2015, 18, something after his injuries. And he won in the US, and the whole crowd walked down that fairway with him. And one of the most important things was there was no mobile phones. There was just
Yeah.
everybody enjoying what
They were
Tiger
in the
was
moment.
doing. And that was because Tiger Woods made the game so interesting in the early
Yeah.
2000s. Now, a big thanks to him, people like Min Woolley and Nick Dunlop and all these young, the next generation of golfers.
Yeah.
I look at my fellow Scottish companions and, Robert McIntyre, top 10 in the world. We grew up playing golf at a very similar age.
Yeah.
Did I ever think that would happen? No. Ewan Ferguson, Connor Syme, all these guys have went out and they've made a living for themselves. If you speak to every one of them, why did that happen? Tiger will have an impact on all of it, for sure. Sure.
Oh, I'm off for sure. It's undeniable.
Yeah.
And for sure. So how often do you get to play? I mean, with
More
your
than,
schedule,
more than people would
once a year?
expect. No, more than people would expect. It's my addiction, right?
Sneak out a lunch break and
Yeah, I'm an early bird. So from back in my days at Els Club in Jumeirah Golf Estates, I was there from an operations standpoint at 6 a.m. Right, so I'm still 5 o'clock. I'm awake. So quite often I'll be in 5 iron slightly before it opens, hitting
Yeah.
a few shots. Making sure that I'm keeping my game going. I'm still playing all the PGA events. So we play. We've got the Emirates PGA, which is a series of around 28, 30 events every season. We play every single course in the region. We're so lucky. And we continue to grow that as well. We're engaging with, from that standpoint, we're engaging with corporate partners to create Pro-Am series. So we work with like Lincoln, for example, and we've got the Lincoln Pro-Am series. So yeah, I still play a lot. I actually played last night.
Oh,
I was
nice.
on
I've
on
never played
Faldo
night
last
golf.
night. Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never played night golf. I can't understand the dynamics of it.
It's
I've
tricky.
never
Your
played.
first few times, it's tough.
Yeah.
The lights, and especially, so I teed off 6 p.m. last night.
Right.
Sunset comes down, so you play your first 4 holes, 5 holes in daylight, and then it comes down and it takes you about 2 holes for your eyes to actually calibrate to the lights. Takes you a while, but it's very cool. And again, something the UAE offers you that not many places do. So that's
Yeah.
another cool feature.
Somebody was mad when they thought, let's do it at night.
Yeah.
When it's pitch dark, let's
Yeah.
throw a couple flashlights up. So let me ask you this. It's mid-November. You're going to play. What are your, and this is not a shout out to, I want for myself, I want to find out what you think as a golf professional. What are your courses of choice?
Oh, great question.
Anywhere in the UAE, it could be anywhere.
So UAE
Let's say
focused.
a drive away. So you're not flying to Aberdeen or
Yeah, absolutely. So UAE focused. For me, the most special golf course and the most special environment you'll play is Yaslix. You are on the water's edge. It's peaceful. There's no noise around you. There's maybe a few F1 cars and GT cars flying around the racetrack across, but it's quite cool in itself as well. The condition of that golf course over the last few years has just improved time and time again, and I struggle to think that there's a better experience. For me, my favourite golf course here is the Earth course at Jumeirah Golf Estates. It'll always hold quite a special place for me. I was very lucky to be part of 3 DP World Tour Championships when I was golf ops manager at JG, and it was it's a place I wander around and have a lot of fond memories from a working standpoint, from a friendship standpoint, but then from a golf course setup. there's not a bad hole in that golf
Yeah.
course, and you need to be sharp
Never-
as well. If you
yeah.
sleep, then it'll kick you.
I don't think I'm good enough to play that. I think I'd be chased down by the parties behind me.
We'll
And,
get you out there. We'll get
Yeah.
you there.
but Yas is, I mean, yeah, you couldn't open in a better place than that. I mean,
Yeah, we're
this
super
is
excited
Yas in general is just it's becoming the sort of the center of the UAE.
for sure.
Um, well, I'm really glad that I got the chance to sit down and talk to you, Stephen. I know that you've got to dash off on the road to Abu Dhabi, so I'm really glad that you did take the time. I didn't think I'd get you before August, but here you are. Might air in August, but I got you before then. I'm really happy that we got a chance to chat and talk about one of my favorite places, but also talk about something that's so important, if not globally, at least in the UAE or in the region, and that is just the presence of golf
Yeah.
as such a force of nature
Sure.
in the events industry in general.
Sure.
So really happy that you could come. So thank you so much, Stephen.
Thanks for having us, Michael, and we look forward to showing you Yasin as well.
I'll
We'll
be
get you
there.
down and we'll show you.
My plastic kid clubs and
Not a tell. We'll get you on Earth one day as well.
nice. I can't
Thanks,
wait.
man. Appreciate
Thanks.
it. Cheers.